guys? That was gross. What's up? Hey, I'm Haley. How are ya? Woo! What's up guys? So today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I dropped out of high school. I want to hop right in, so let's get started. So for starts, let's talk about my high school experience. I was in public school only for my freshman year. My first semester of high school, I did the whole thing at school. And then my second semester, I had 4 classes at school and then 3 classes online. I would stay for lunch to hang out with my friends, and then I would leave right after lunch. And then my sophomore, junior, and senior year, I did them fully online. So school has always been hard for me from as far back as I can remember. I actually remember when my schooling really went down fucking hill. I was in elementary school and I'm pretty sure I was in 5th grade. I had gotten my first D in math, and I don't know, from there on it just went to fucking shit. My schooling started going downhill very early. So like I said, school was hard for me for multiple reasons. I had social anxiety. Really glad that I can say that I don't have social anxiety anymore. I'm not nervous speaking to strangers. I'm not nervous meeting new people or confrontational situations anymore. Thank God. That fucking sucked. But yeah, I was dealing with really bad social anxiety and obviously just anxiety. I couldn't concentrate or focus whatsoever. I remember being in class and everything my teacher said or I read, literally everything I fucking did in class or heard in class was just in one ear out the other. I just couldn't concentrate. I couldn't grasp onto the fucking knowledge that was coming my way. This chair is fucking squeaking. It's fucking annoying me. It didn't squeak once when I fucking did that, so I look crazy. Anyways, back on track. Like I said, couldn't focus, couldn't concentrate on shit, which I know now is because I have ADHD. I didn't know that. In the last year, I learned that I have ADHD. Yeah, that would have been great to know. Maybe if I had Adderall when I was in high school. Never mind. I don't even think fucking 100 milligram Adderall could have kept me on track in high school. And another one of those reasons is I have major depressive disorder. I was really fucking dealing with it in high school. I had so much anxiety every day. Like every day. School just gave me so much fucking anxiety. Even when I switched to online school, it still gave me the same amount of anxiety. Because one, they started requiring you to do like phone calls with your teachers, and I hated the thought of that. Like that gave me so much fucking anxiety. They didn't start requiring those until my senior year. Sorry, this video's gonna be fucking all over the place. They didn't start doing that until my senior year, and I literally think that that's like one of the big reasons why I dropped out, because I couldn't do those fucking phone calls. Even typing in my online school website gave me a panic attack and stopped me from even logging on and seeing what work I had to do. So I couldn't even get on the fucking website without having a panic attack. When I was in school, I would skip class all the time. I missed like 100 something classes, which I have no idea how I never got in trouble for my absences, but it literally never came up. And every single time my dad would get a call from the school saying, like, obviously the school calls your parents after you've missed some classes, and he would get those calls all the time. And one day I saw his phone ringing and it said my school name on it. I knew that that was the call saying, your fucking daughter missed like 5 classes. I asked him, I was like, oh, who called? And he was like, oh, just your school. And then that was it. My sleeping schedule, I mean, still to this day is fucked, but being in high school, that's really fucking hard, especially waking up at 7 when you went to bed at like 5. So many of the days that I was in high school, I would wake up crying, having panic attacks, begging my mom to let me stay home. Sometimes she did, sometimes she didn't. Obviously my mom like wants me to fucking go to school. And my parents also, they didn't see how bad it was until my senior year, I guess, when they finally let me drop out. Backtracking to middle school, in 6th grade, I lived in the fucking nurse's office at least twice a fucking week. I would go to the nurse's office and I would tell her that my stomach hurt and I wanted to go home. Obviously my stomach didn't hurt every fucking day. I just moral of the fucking story, I couldn't handle school. Freshman year, I never went to my first period. I literally showed up for the last day on our exam and my teacher was like, oh my god, you're here. All of my teachers though were aware of my situation. I wanted to make them fully aware that I wasn't just ditching their classes because I didn't respect them or I didn't appreciate their job, or basically that I just wasn't trying to be disrespectful and a lazy piece of shit. Which, if you're dealing with this, I'd have to say, like, be honest with your teachers and explain everything. It's so good to be honest in that situation, because then they realize it's not that you just don't care, it's that you can't handle it and it's just extra hard for you. But first period every day, I would, like I said, skip it and I would get ready in the bathroom. I remember I always went to the same bathroom, the same big stall, and I would lay all my makeup and just to get ready in the fucking bathroom because I had no sleep the night before. I always woke up right before I had to leave for school. There's also annoying ass kids in that class that would make fun of my YouTube videos. I remember specifically, I made this video called How to Take the Perfect Selfie, and it was a joke, but they made fun of me for that video specifically and then other videos, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I was very sensitive at the time and I was kind of embarrassed that I was doing YouTube, so they just kind of made it worse. The school that I was in was just surrounded with people like that, and also people that thought they were better than you because they had money or because they were popular bitches that think that they're better than everyone. Overall bad environment for me to be in. So let's talk about my depression for a second. I kind of touched on this a bit ago, but my depression has been bad for as long as I can remember. I don't remember ever not having depression. I don't remember ever being completely happy, except for shout out to my friend Val. The only time in my life that I can remember being truly happy was when I was in Arizona, which is why I'm so fucking excited to be going back there in a month. But like I said, it's been hard for me as long as I could fucking what? I do that.
I'd rather not answer that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that scared the fucking shit out of me. Fuck you, Alexa. Oh, ow. Like I said, fucking 3 times. My depression has been, why am I smiling? This is funny. My depression has been hard as long as I can remember, but the stress of school on top of that was too much for me. I think that that's a huge problem with a lot of people, is they have to realize that your mental health comes first. It comes before anything, okay? I was self-harming at the time. I was suicidal. Like I just couldn't handle it. When I was in public high school, I had like 100-something missed classes. I had a skipping spot. It was a staircase. Nobody went up or down because the door on the 2nd story was locked, so you couldn't get in. So no one would go up those stairs, so I didn't have to worry about it. And obviously you can still come out of it, but if someone was to come out of it, that would give me time to like stand up real quick and start walking as if I was like walking down the stairs and going to class or something. So it was a good spot, and I would go there a lot, either by myself or with friends. So my senior year, that is when I actually dropped out. I had actually just gotten Baker acted. I was Baker acted in early February 2018, which I'm gonna be doing a full video talking about my experience in there because it was interesting. So that's coming soon. After I was Baker acted, I was put into a hospital homebound program. I'm pretty sure that's oh my god, I cannot fucking speak. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. I started on the
I started off using the program. I started off. Why have I said this 1,300 fucking times? I started on why? How do I say this fucking sentence?
When I first started online school, I was using the online program for my county, and then I switched over to Florida Virtual School, and then I was moved into the hospital homebound program. I hated Florida Virtual so much, and I liked the program for my county 10 times more. I don't really remember the exact differences from regular Florida Virtual to the hospital homebound program. I don't remember. I really don't remember, because I technically never started my senior year. This gets us into when I dropped out. Like I said, technically I didn't start my senior year. We actually waited until I was officially 18 to officially drop me out. So my first semester, I obviously, like I said, didn't start, so I didn't do anything. And then when my second semester started, I still didn't do anything, but I was still technically in school. But we officially dropped me out when I turned 18, because you drop out before you turn 18, you get your license taken away until you turn 18 or until you graduate. And I was not about to have my license taken away. No honey. So many people ask me how I dropped out of high school, and I don't know. That's one thing I can't answer in this video. I don't know. I didn't handle that. My parents and the school handled it. I don't even remember the day that I for sure dropped out. Like, I didn't handle that. So I'm sorry that I cannot answer that question. I wanted to talk about my parents, because another question that I get asked is how my parents reacted to it all and how they were through the whole thing. And at first, obviously, all a parent wants is their kid to succeed and do well. So at first they were pissed. They were mad that I wasn't doing well. I remember getting in so many fights over my schoolwork and missing work and just not doing anything. And I mean, because obviously you don't want to see your kid do that. You don't want to see your kid failing. They just wanted me to succeed, which I completely get. But it's also frustrating being the child and having all these mental health issues and not being taken seriously. That's really frustrating. But once they realized how bad it was, they were and still are so supportive. Not gonna lie, a lot of the time they don't understand, and they try to, but they just don't. But they try their best. They try their best to understand. It's so hard to relate to, especially mental health problems, and to help someone through that when you haven't dealt with that yourself. And it can be very overwhelming to see or try and handle, because you don't know what it's like, and you don't know what that person is going through. Oh, it's 4:20. and I'm out of weed. That is so sad. I want to say, if you know someone who's going through mental health issues and you're trying to help them, but it's overwhelming, I'm gonna say this, and this is for me. I don't know if this is for everyone, but this is how I was. When I needed help with my mental health, I didn't need the solution. I didn't need the answer. I didn't need them to solve all my problems. I just needed support. That's really all I needed. Just someone to listen to me and someone to be there physically and just mentally. And yeah, I mean, that's really all you can do for someone who's going through that, is be there for them. You don't have to solve all their problems or take away their anxiety or depression or whatever. Just be there. Just be there. And don't be that fucking bitch. I've had to deal with so much, and it's so honestly disgusting. I'm getting a little off topic, but it's fine. A friend of yours says that they can't handle you or your depression or your whatever is going on with you. When they say that they can't handle being your friend anymore, or they can't handle being around it, it is such a fucking slap in the face, especially coming from a friend like who promised to be there for you and promised to, you know, have your back, never judge you, or, you know, yada yada yada. Fake ass people. It's a slap in the face, because yeah, I bet it's overwhelming being around. Sure, but maybe stop being selfish for 2 seconds and realize, and maybe put yourself in my shoes and realize that I am the one actually going through it, and you just have to be around it, and that's hard enough. How do you think I'm doing? And now you're abandoning me through that. It's just no logic, and it's fucked up. And obviously sometimes you have to put yourself first. Sometimes you can't handle toxic people, but that's toxic people. That's not people going through depression or people having anxiety issues. It's not the same thing. I wanted to end this video talking about what I'm doing now. It's been over a year. It feels like it's been like 4 years since I've been in high school, because it's all a stressful blur. But now I'm not doing good, but I mean, I do want to say that dropping out of high school was the best move I could have made for me. Might not be the best idea for you, and I don't want you watching this video and going to your parents and being like, hey, this YouTuber says that you should drop out of school if you have mental health issues. No. Obviously there are people in high school who have fucking mental health issues. If it's to the point where you're hurting yourself and you want to die and you're lashing out at other people and you're not sleeping and you're crying all the time, panic attacks all the time, and even when online school doesn't even work for you, then maybe dropping out is an option for you. But like I've said probably 1,000 times, this is just me. This is just my experience. And for me personally, 100% say with confidence that dropping out of high school was the best move ever. Like I was saying, now I'm having the hardest fucking time getting my life together, and getting a job and just getting my life together. I turned 19 in a month or so, and I know I'm still young, so I get stressed. I get so fucking stressed out about getting my life together, especially with my parents up my ass, which drives me fucking crazy. So crazy and so stressed, and sometimes they just bring me moving out and me getting a job and me getting my life together up at the wrong time. Actually, no, all the time. That's all they talk about, which drives me crazy. But I understand to a point from their point of view. They want me to get my life started and they want me to get out, especially with the past 2 years, no, the past fucking 8 years of my life, but especially the last year and a half has been really fucking awful, and they want to see me doing better. I totally get that, so I understand why they're up my ass, but it's driving me crazy. But yeah, I'm having a hard time trying to get my life together and trying to be an adult. And I know I'm gonna get asked about my GED. I don't have my GED, but I am planning on getting my GED one day. It's not a huge priority for me right now. I don't need it, and going through that process would be extremely stressful. I mean, still to this day, the thought of going back to high school or the thought of having to do online school, like I don't want to. It stresses me out. No thank you. But one day I for sure want to get my GED, or try and go back, if I even can go back, and get those missing credits that I had. That was kind of all over the place, and I'm sorry, and I'm gonna have the fucking greatest time ever editing this, because I had to repeat myself like 100 times because I kept messing up. I bet I'm really loving myself right now. That's my story. That's why I dropped out of high school. If I forgot to touch on anything, leave your questions below. I mean, if you have any questions, comment them, I'll answer. I love you guys, and thanks for listening to this. Thanks for hearing my story. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. It's free, and it takes 1 click, and it's super easy, and I'm trying to hit 1 million by next week, so let's fucking do it. Also, give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye. My heart is